That was why I turned down that specific job for a 7-year contract for like the better part of close to $7 million. Is because I knew there was a better gig out there.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm a fucking animal is what I am.
We could blame it on another bad season.
Welcome into the podcast, the final episode of a one-man show on the set that you guys see it. Make sure you guys drop a like on this video because Pearson and I are moving in together.
Hey.
Unfortunately, Adelia is not coming, but I'm going to give another opportunity to you. If this video gets 10,000 likes, you can live in one of the rooms.
If my video gets 50K likes, you can live in my room.
Okay, great.
So drop a like, guys.
So you're literally making it like it will never happen. Nice.
Well, the podcast, I never.
What the fuck?
I never tell people
You do this on purpose.
to like the podcasts. They just like the podcast. But
Yeah.
maybe that we tell the people to like the podcast. Now they will like the podcast.
Run up the likes, fam.
Run up the likes, fam. One of the first things that I want to talk about, Pearson and I are moving in together. I want to get a dog.
Okay.
No.
Putting this on you now.
I think this is a terrible idea.
Here's my question.
Okay.
How long does it take to train a dog?
Anywhere from like 6 to 14 weeks based on how much you're training it. But like it's a lifetime of training. It doesn't go away.
Oh, fuck. I want to get a golden retriever.
Fuck no, you can't get a dog that sheds everywhere. I love golden retrievers. Like they're some of my favorite dogs, but we have to get one. If we're gonna get one, it cannot shed.
All right, we can't
I will
live
not
together.
tolerate it.
Pearson's allergic to dogs.
I'm not allergic.
Already a terrible roommate.
Just want to clean
Here's
up
my
its
question.
hair and shit.
Why do you have to train a dog where to go to the bathroom, but a cat, the day it's born, is just straight up litter box?
Give me that litter box, boy.
I mean, no, because when I had my kittens back at home, we like physically, when they were kittens, would put it in the litter box.
We have
every time, just even if they didn't have to go to the bathroom, we just put them in there.
But we had wildcats on the farm that would just
And they
show
knew?
up, and we put a litter box in the shop because they'd come and eat the mice, and we were like, "Yeah, you can hang out. What's up, bro?" They're fucking mean.
Maybe the litter, whatever the thing is.
There's something about it. Well,
smell?
Yeah.
there was somebody's. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but somebody said cats technically were never tamed. They decided to approach humans and tame themselves.
Okay.
Whereas dogs, we bred them a certain way. So
To be
maybe
domesticated.
To domesticate. Yeah. So cats instinctively probably are.
So would a wild dog be vicious?
Yeah.
Wolf?
Instinctually?
Yeah.
I mean, just any wild dog. You go to like, remember we're Sochi, the Olympics. Apparently there were tons of wild dogs in that country. Are those dogs vicious? Like they'll attack you? Or are they more like coyotes? They're going to run away?
I feel like they're more like coyotes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be my thought. What? Do you want a dog? Do you really want a dog?
At some point.
Yeah.
I think we have a yard. I could just throw it in the backyard.
Get out of here, dog!
I think it's a good
Boots it.
opportunity. The reason I didn't want a dog here is because,
Well, it'd suck.
yeah, bro, going down to the 5th floor, doing all that, it's just a hassle at an apartment complex. Adelia's left the chat.
Hey, what are you doing on your phone?
Sorry, nothing.
She's fucking sitting over here on Instagram stories.
I'm not on Instagram stories.
This is work, Adelia.
I'm not on Instagram stories. I'm
Busted.
sorry.
Jesus.
You're on your phone right now.
Yeah, I'm reading the notes. I'm the host.
The worst comeback
All
of
right.
all time.
Last week we talked about, or was it 2 weeks ago? Not last week. We talked about acid, mushrooms.
Yes. Oh,
Bro.
how'd that go? What did the fans say? I didn't even follow up with that.
Man, a lot of people were like, yeah, mushrooms.
A friend of mine just did mushrooms yesterday,
Oh,
Really?
nice. How'd it go?
and he reached out to me after and was like, I'm done, like whatever, like it phased out. And I was like, how was it? He's like, I was just so into nature. I took my shirt off and just literally paced around in my backyard in
That's
the
not
nature.
good.
I feel like he needs help.
I just paced back and
He was
forth.
like within nature. He was just like, it was cool.
Yeah.
But
I had a dream the other day that I took acid.
Ooh.
I was with I wrote this down immediately when I woke up from the dream so I wouldn't forget to talk about it.
Yeah.
I wrote down, bro, I had a dream I took acid, period. I was with 3 friends and I couldn't feel my legs and I was filming it. Then I woke up. I was a lunatic and didn't know what was happening. So that was my dream.
You woke up from the dream into another dream.
I think it was sleep paralysis, bro. I couldn't, you know when you can't move in your sleep?
Oh, yeah.
I think I was on acid and had sleep paralysis.
Oof.
And I was like,
what was that?
Dude.
tripping balls in my freaking dream, bro.
Bro, that's nuts.
Can you, dreaming is technically a form of like hallucination, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a conscious hallucination. I mean, it's pretty much as close as we can get to an acid trip or a mushroom trip without actually injecting the drugs into our body. But what was it like? Did you like see weird like kaleidoscopic colors and
I don't remember. I don't really remember my dreams. I need to get better. I know a lot of people put like dream journals next to their bed, and then they wake up and they like write down their dreams.
I used to write down every dream for
the purpose
years.
of what? Like writing a movie?
That there was a lot of reasons. Number one is I had night terrors most of my life, like growing up, and so like they wanted to know like what the terrors were about. And then I would have sleep paralysis, and so they'd want to map out when it was a terror, when it was sleep paralysis, when it was a dream within a dream within a dream. It was nuts. It was too much.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Yes, I have really bad experiences.
Dude, it's so bizarre.
There's one bad experience I've had.
Were you like at a guy's house?
No.
What was the experience? You could tell us.
Yeah, we were like pins and needles. Let's hear it.
Oh, well, I was like back home in Iowa, and I was like having this dream, and I kept screaming on top of my lungs like for my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And in the corner, like I get up, and in the corner there's like this giant figure with horns. And yes,
Yikes.
I don't like talking about it, but yes.
And you don't like the devil?
No, I just don't like talking about it. It just gives me
Dude.
the creeps.
He likes you.
Okay, great. Well,
He wants you.
okay, stop.
That was like a...
The pig squeal.
I did not like that.
The
What?
The noise. What do you think it was? What were you gonna say?
I thought it was a dinosaur, like a pterodactyl.
The pterodactyl. Slightly different.
But yeah, it was just weird because like the next morning I literally run up to my mom upstairs and I was like, Mom, like what the fuck? Like why didn't you come get me? She's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I was literally yelling on top of my lungs for your name. And she was like, no, you weren't. And
Speaking of
it
dreams,
happened again.
No?
Yeah, but here here in LA. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Speaking of dreams,
Stop!
I have a question.
You're freaking me out.
Do girls have wet dreams?
Ooh.
Yeah, of course.
What is it like? Are they like a guy's wet dream is just
Like we have to change our underwear.
Yeah.
It's a mess. How does it work for a girl?
Same thing.
shut up?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah.
Okay, but like there's a difference because like when a guy comes in a dream, it's
Sprays.
it's everywhere. It's sticky. It's gross. And it's a mess. But like,
I think for girls we get wet.
okay, so it still gets wet.
Yes.
Okay.
This is weird.
I know.
But,
This is
okay,
really fucking.
What about a girl like? Maybe you're not a squirter. Maybe you are. But like,
Ew.
will girls squirt in their dream if it's a wet dream like that? Or
I don't know. I have not experienced that yet.
oh, okay.
That yet.
Oh,
She says it with a yet.
do you want to find out? Hey, Mark, can we
Next
pause the
topic.
podcast?
I'm reading my notes here.
Mark's cheeks are so red right now.
Like every time we do the podcast, they get red. To be honest, I think it's
Really?
the lights, the heat.
Sure.
Mhm, yeah.
I wrote this down. I had a friend this week hit me up, female, to hang, and she proceeds to tell me that her and her man broke up, like talking all this shit about this guy, right?
Yeah.
How dumb do people look?
Oh.
When they break up, they talk all this fucking shit about their man. And then the next day you see them, I love you so much, baby.
Bro.
All right, what's the grace period after, like, obviously in relationships, you break up at times.
Yeah.
You know, those small 3-day, maybe a week at the max. But you have those small breakups. What's the grace period where it's like, okay, don't talk shit so you look like a fool.
Right.
Like, there's a chance you're getting back together.
Yeah.
What do you think the grace period is on that? Like,
Of
you're
like-
still going to get back together type shit. Because when I went through my breakup,
Yeah.
I probably thought for 2 whole weeks there was still a chance of getting back together.
Yeah.
And the moment I made my video public and was like, we broke up, that's when I knew we would never get back together.
Yeah. I'll be honest. As soon as I break up with somebody, it's over. I've never gotten back together with anybody.
You don't give them a second chance?
Same.
No.
I've never gone
never-
back to. Yeah.
I think for me,
You've never done like a 2-day breakup or like, I'm breaking up with you. And then like later on, you're like, I'm sorry, babe.
I've done that in an argument, but at the end of the argument, it was like, all right, that was like an uncool statement. Let's
Right.
like recalculate and reassess the situation. But I think it's I don't know personally. If we're breaking up, it's for a reason, and it's time to be done. Like, we can be friends, but we're never getting back together, because unless you change those radical aspects of your life, I don't want to talk to you again.
Yeah.
Nah. But also, like, have enough respect. Like, it only reflects poorly on you when you go out and talk shit about the person that you've been in love with for the last year and a half.
Right.
And you go, they're a fucking piece of shit. Goddamn. And then you come back, and one day later, you post the I'm in love with you photo. All of your friends, no respect.
No respect.
Trash. You're
Clown.
a trash panda of a human.
Have you ever done that?
No. I mean, no.
Are you guys all on good terms with your ex? I don't think there's a single person that I'm on bad terms with.
One. I'm not.
I definitely have one that I'm not on good terms with.
Yeah.
Where
Your choice or her choice?
No, her choice. She, psychopath.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever talk to her again.
Yeah.
Like, that was some PTSD shit for me. I was like, fuck, I need to get out of this shit. She stole my virginity, man.
Oh, shots fired. What about you,
Yikes.
Adelia?
It was like my choice not to like talk to them,
Is it your choice or his choice
to end it.
to not be in touch ever again?
My choice.
Sounded hesitant on that.
A little.
C-
Are you a little
was
salty?
Like, no,
Did
it was
something happen?
confusing.
Who broke up with who?
We weren't really like officially dating, but we were talking exclusively for a whole year.
Jeez.
And yeah,
I would have
and
ran for the fences at that
he
point.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
he
for
like
real.
wouldn't commit. You know, he was like, I can't commit. Blah blah blah. But I still want to be with you. And I was just like,
So
okay.
in
So like,
other words, he had bitches on the side.
Right.
he didn't. But the
did.
very very end, he did. Like the very very end when we like broke it off a couple times and then like got back together, and then finally when we definitely broke it off, I thought we would get back at it again, but that last month he like posted like a girl or so like on his stories, and I was like, weird. And then a month later he had a girlfriend,
Is he with
and
him to this day?
when he was telling me for a whole year he couldn't commit, so I was
You just weren't the one.
Yep.
How's that make you feel?
One. Probably the shittiest feeling ever.
Really?
Damn.
Because I think he was like my second like really bad heartbreak.
Here's my question. How is it so... What's the point of him doing that, knowing going in that you weren't the one? Wasting your time.
I asked him that all the time. Like, I would just be like, why? Like, why? And then he would reach back out. He was the one reaching out.
He dragged you on?
He dragged me on and on. I met, like, yeah, it was crazy.
I'm trying to toughen Adelia up. She's a little pushover with the dudes. Speaking of dudes, you wanted to talk about your mistake you made this weekend.
I didn't make a mistake.
Oh, let's hear about this.
It wasn't a mistake. I
What's
was
the tea?
just saying when I went and hung out with the boy,
A man, please say
guy.
You held out like you're cupping some balls right there.
Yeah.
I love how I said a man and my
Yeah.
voice cracked as I said it.
A man.
Yeah,
Please tell us it's a man.
Wait, let me go. I have the beard.
Okay,
A man.
there you
Yeah,
go.
right.
I feel like you should do a commercial.
Hi, I'm Pearson Fode, and we're talking about man shit.
Yeah, this weekend, and like the next day, you just like wake up late, you stay up with them all night. It's just like da 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 da, and I haven't done that in a while, so I just like got up so late, and then got home, and then I'm just like, fuck, I'm so tired and hungover from just like not partying, but just like casually drinking with people
Yeah.
and him, and I was just like, this sucks. Like I don't, not that it wasn't worth it, but I was just like, I went over to like my girlfriend's house. I was just like, dude, I could have done so many things today and got up at like 8 a.m., but I got up at 11:30.
Why do we do that? Because I've done that several times where I'm like, I know that this is going to result in me feeling like fucking shit tomorrow, but I still do it and get it out of my system. And then the next day I'm like, why did I do that? Why do we not have the mental toughness to make better decisions in the moment?
I mean,
Or do we think we deserve it? We worked hard, that we go, and then we're like, fuck.
yeah, I definitely do think we deserve it because, you know, we're always doing something. We're always
Right.
like working and stuff. And we like deep down, we do want to see that person. Do you know what I mean? Like we want to see someone or have some attention from someone
Yeah.
else or something like that.
You're gonna
So,
say have sex.
huh?
Were you gonna say have sex?
I think.
And have sex.
Well, I
Like,
think what the most important thing for me is in like the work-life balance thing is I like obviously we're friends, we work together, but I still enjoy and I always have doing shit with someone random to you guys where you aren't involved. And that's the same thing. It's like it feels like you're like, okay, I'm stepping back. I don't have to put on the show right now. I can just chill.
Yeah.
And I think that's important in the balance too, like because we are working towards goals, all of us right now, Monday through Friday, sometimes Sunday. But like it's important to have those Friday and Saturday nights to recharge and be like, okay, cool. I worked my ass off for this week. This is a reward for me now.
sometimes I feel guilty. I don't know why. I was just like, damn it.
Well, you said, what did you say? You wanted to talk about boys and girls.
Like a distraction.
distractions.
Yeah, like you know, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, was this a good choice I made, or was this a bad choice? Is like, I don't know. Are they distracting me? Should I not do that anymore? But it's like I don't even do that all the time.
Right.
Do what? Get
Go
distracted?
hang out with other people, or go hang out with another guy, or all that. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
I think it's definitely something that you earn. Like after a long week or a long few weeks, depending on how much work you've been doing. And this happened to you last week, literally a few days ago. You were burnt out.
Yeah.
You were straight. I was talking to you. I was like, Mark is done.
Not there mentally.
Yeah. Just,
For literally probably 2-3 days straight.
yeah, every day.
Down, depressed.
Tired.
Tired.
So what did it take for you? And then what was your reasoning for being down? And then what was your reasoning for like finally feeling like you came back, and how?
I think I was down because I've been working so hard, filming, editing, just work, go. And I felt like I hit like a wall, and I wasn't improving, and nothing was changing, and I just got really down on myself. And I don't know, I like changes of pace, and we talked about this. I think I just need a few days by myself to reset where I don't think about shit. I watched a couple movies. I watched that new KJ Apa movie. I Still Believe. It really inspired me. Watched a couple other movies, and just that reset, relaxation time made me regain the energy and drive of like, this is what I want. You know, like I need to fucking work towards what I want. And then also us moving in together is like a new exciting venture, because I've been living alone for a year, and now I'm like, we get to do shit every day, and there's so many content opportunities. And I think that drives me, is like having ideas to shoot every day.
Yeah.
Being in an apartment in quarantine by yourself weighs on you mentally with like, what the fuck can I do for an idea today?
Yeah.
And having a house, there's so many opportunities. We have a pool, we have a staircase, we have a bunch of rooms. There's you there. Adelia is going to come over. Jess, like there's going to be so much opportunity, you know, like happening at the house. And that's exciting for me, because it's like the amount of content is endless.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me happy, is like having fun creating content.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the change. And I think a lot of people are too. I think a lot of people are like, cool, Mark and Pearson are living together. Let's see how this dynamic goes.
Yeah.
We have two different lives. People, for some reason.
Mark Pearson, Adelia, hit that like button.
Oh, yeah. There's a
That
little
like
Harry Potter closet underneath the stairs that actually fits Adelia perfectly.
Literally, she can stand inside the whole closet without bending her head. It only goes up to my nipple. I don't understand.
But I think, yeah, it's just like a new, I'm fucking stoked for this next chapter. We're going to push each other.
You weren't up until you got that rest and that relaxation time.
Right.
You were burnt.
Yeah.
You were spent.
I mean, everything goes back to also Casey Neistat. He almost lost his marriage, from what I understand from internet interviews, over daily vlogging, because he was just so obsessed.
Yeah.
And he got burnt out and just wasn't active in his relationship. Probably the downfall of my relationship, to be honest. My obsession with the vlogging and the work. But
Yeah.
you gotta have those times where it's like, dude, stop putting so much fucking pressure on yourself. Like,
Yeah. It's important.
you don't have to post a video.
Yeah.
Like, you're allowed to miss a video.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to, obviously.
The
but,
world doesn't depend on it.
like, yeah, like you're still gonna be here tomorrow, hopefully. You know, like,
There's still so many elements in place that are already happening in
Yeah.
your life that are taking care of the rest of it.
So just put less pressure on yourself is kind of the thing.
I think this is actually kind of interesting thing. Well, Trump actually just went golfing for the weekend.
Yeah, you got clapped.
He got clapped by the entire world.
Because
There's a pandemic going on. You're not allowed to leave the fucking White House.
You're not allowed to do anything but think about the pandemic. God damn it, boy! And I was like,
What?
wait a second. I think he's been on a grind. Like we've been grinding on some vlogs, but
Yeah.
like, the president of the United States has been grinding with everybody. Like they have not let up. For
He's
this
on calls
entire
with
time.
fucking every leader of every state.
Yeah, I mean the
Governor,
dude's like
senator.
70 years old, pulling like 18 to 20-hour days.
You do not deserve 3 hours of off time.
Oh, look, I'm not even a Republican. I'm not any of these things. But the guy needs a break.
Yeah.
Let the man recharge. Like he can go watch Netflix, and he's got 400 people lined up to do his position. Like I think we're gonna be fine to let the man take a swing.
It's wild, man. I mean, I give the dude props, to be honest, for being the most hated man by our own country.
It's wild.
For still sticking in there. Like, talk
Yeah.
about mental fucking online bullying. He's probably the most bullied person on the internet.
Dude, it's insane.
And it's
how
it-
much people bully him. Yeah.
like, think about it as like on a human level, right?
Yeah.
All right, if you don't like him, that's cool.
Right. I don't know why it becomes a very like polarizing subject whenever you talk about parties. But if we just strip away the party aspect of like
Right.
Republican versus Democrat, you've got Obama and you've got Trump. Either side just decided to hate on these people just because they were a part of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we take away the parties again, boom, they're just humans and we're just hating on them. That's really shitty.
Yeah.
Dude, it's super upsetting. I don't know how they do it, honestly. Like, I get pissed when I get like 2 bad comments. I'm like, fuck you.
I know.
You know?
I do too. I'm the same way. I'll read a few things that I'm like insecure about or I'm thinking and then like someone reaffirms it and I'm like, fuck. Imagine going on the internet and just typing in your name and literally there's nothing positive about you.
Literally, the entire time. You only got one news network that like says nice things about you, and you're like, yeah, they're my best friends now. What's his press secretary? What's her name? Chelsea?
I don't know.
She jumped on and she's a whip. Dude, I was watching her while we were trading, and she hopped on and clapped every news reporter that reported something false and had every line of dialogue. She like rehearsed everything perfectly, executed. I was like, what a boss.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Coming to the defense. That's the
here's
way to
my
do
thing
it.
about politics. I don't really have a stance on anything.
Yeah.
But like, why does it affect you so much?
Yeah.
Like, I think we look so dumb as a nation hating our president.
Absolutely.
It just makes us as a nation look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
regardless, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. My whole thing is like, you're working so hard. People are talking shit, trying to bring the guy down. Why not shift the focus and be like, all right, what can we do
together. Yeah.
to make this better rather than
just shitting on the subject.
it's just at the end of the day, media, society as a whole is pretty fucking negative. That's
Yeah.
why all the news is about fires and burglaries and robberies and murders and fucking everything.
Yeah.
There's no positive news in the world.
Yep.
Coronavirus, like it's always one thing after another. That consumes the news and then you forget about it.
Oh yeah, we've got hurricanes coming. They're now they're promoting that like it's going to be a really bad hurricane season.
Literally, I get the news is there to inform you, but literally the news is
Only negative.
instilling fear in you.
Yeah, all the time.
And think about how good your life is if you just don't fucking check it.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not informed. Great.
Yeah.
We're all going to die one day.
Right.
I don't need to know that a fucking hurricane was maybe going to hit me.
I mean, I listen, there's going to be people that are going to clap
Yeah,
us for saying all
100%.
this shit. We're idiots on microphones. We're not experts. Don't take what we say for a grain of salt. But also like this is a valid point of view on like you don't always have to check the negative shit and you don't have to feed into the negative cyclone of it. Like it's all encompassing. If you're going to grab one side of the news, just go grab the other side. If you're going to subscribe to one party,
Right.
go subscribe to the other side for a second. So you get both points of view and you have a rounded, objective opinion. Otherwise, it just gets annoying.
A wise man once said, there's 3 sides to every, well, what's the fucking...
There's 3 sides. There's your side, there's my side, and then there's the truth. Yeah, it's true.
You got to applaud John Krasinski trying to do the good news. It might get picked up by CBS, I saw.
Really?
So he might actually get on network with his Some Good News.
I hope so.
Which
I
finally-
love John.
I've just been
Krasinski.
trying to promote positivity my entire fucking life.
Be
Every great
positive,
job.
be happy, be you.
There it is. Now
Nice.
you get it right. She couldn't do my outro the other day for the vlog, but now she remembers.
Okay.
Adelia sent me some notes. I had her things she wants to talk about on the podcast, and she sent me Mark and Pearson moving in and how I feel about it. How do you feel about
Yeah,
it?
how do you
I'm
feel about it?
excited.
What are you most excited about?
Just you guys being in the same roof, and we have to don't go to his house or go to his apartment or like you're in the same area, so we don't
Finally.
have to just.
Here's my question, actually, because Pearson was not in your recent vlog. Why don't you hit up Pearson outside of me hitting up Pearson?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Why
I
don't
know.
you hit
I
me
feel
up?
what I'm sorry.
I put you in my stuff. I always shout
He
you
promotes
out
you out at the end of his video.
You do
every time. You don't even love me. I get
I
it.
do love you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just gonna not.
But now,
I'm
I
not
mean-
gonna promote her in the end of any.
Hey.
That's fucking clapping back.
Yeah.
You gonna give me daps?
Oh.
Adelia, you need to hit up Pearson.
Yeah,
more.
hit me up.
No.
You don't listen. We're all friends. You can hit
And
me
I'm
up.
always like on your side of town too.
Oh,
Literally.
that makes it even worse.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Jesus. All you have to do is like you can even FaceTime me.
I know.
But this is actually a good learning experience as far as like I forget to reach out to people, and like for instance, like Mark wasn't in my vlog that Tyler and I shot about like the tenant stuff yesterday. And I was like, oh fuck, Mark, I'm gonna just grab a FaceTime video of you like promoting your song or something like that. And then Mark was already coming over, and we got some footage,
Right.
and it filled out perfectly of the moving in and the roommate stuff and the tenant situation, and all just worked out really well. But I have to remember, and you have to remember, to that we have to reach out to other things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the vlog gets very compressed and small.
Yeah.
and it
Like I
feels tight.
literally needed like a minute to fill in yesterday, and I was just like, God
Oh, I know.
dang it.
I literally, she's like, my vlog's only like 5 minutes long.
No,
Yeah.
it was
Like,
like,
what the fuck did you do all week, Adelia?
Jesus Christ.
And we were up
It
till
was a
3 in the morning last
Yeah.
night.
It was a slow week.
Freaking, I was grinding, bro. And I got up for 5:30 stocks this morning. By the way, we're shooting this on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And I realized
not
the
open.
market's not open.
It ain't open.
So I went to bed at 3, woke up at 5:30, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Why aren't the stocks moving?
I think I went to bed at about 3 or 4, and then we were both. What time did we get back up to finish the vlog? 7. I did the same thing.
shit.
I checked the stocks as well, and I was like, oh no, wait, what am I doing? I need to go back to bed.
Yeah, let's talk about Memorial Day and in quarantine. And let's just be straight up. Does quarantine exist anymore? Because I saw
Okay.
a fucking whole party in Missouri and Arizona on the
Yeah.
lake. just
Yes.
going
What
ham
up,
and
Arizona,
cheese.
Florida, Missouri, Atlanta? Like, what? Why are you guys partying and we can't?
Yeah, we can't even go to 7-Eleven without a mask, and y'all are fucking raging McSplaging.
Dude, we're gonna see a huge spike in the numbers of COVID.
Yeah,
For sure.
100%. My friends were like at the club, and it was just so uncomfortable watching so many people be so close to each other.
You
I
shouldn't
was
feel
like,
that way. Here's my thing. I think people are mad. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking speaking out of my ass
Yeah.
because they're like jealous.
I was literally just gonna say that. Are we jealous? Like, are we jealous that other people get to go out and
I'm
we're
not.
uncomfortable because like we've been put in this narrative that Elon Musk said was not as bad as it was
Right.
shaped up to be.
I'm not jealous.
I'm not
I
either.
wouldn't want to be at the lake right now anyway.
Yeah.
Nah, well, I'd like to be at the ocean. I think
Yeah.
that'd be nice. I mean, like Memorial Day was always a very fun day. You get to celebrate like so many things that happened. Remember like our soldiers that served and a lot of stuff like that.
Shout out, Grandpa.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Shout out to my grandpa. Rest in peace. Like that's a fucking really cool thing that we get to do. And I think it's weird. It's weird that we're all kind of like indoors and not like outside and celebrating and cooking a burger. Maybe we should
And a
go,
hot dog.
maybe we should go cook like just buy a burger after this.
Well,
just
we
to
have
say-
a new place we're gonna move into.
We'll get a barbecue.
We'll get a barbecue.
Get a barbecue.
We'll
Yeah.
have all the babes lined up
All
at
the
the
babes.
pool. Adelia,
Adelia,
you're gonna be the recruiter. Okay,
Yeah,
you're gonna
you-
bring all of them over.
all the honey babies, as we call them, the sweet
Okay,
sweet honey
great.
babies.
Can't wait.
and
They got to be at least 10s. And when I say 10s, their shoe size has to be a 10.
right.
We're
Okay,
looking
got
for
it.
big shoes.
Wait, I'm a 5.
You're a 5?
Yeah.
also, I mean, I know that we talked about being positive, but there is some negative news. Unfortunately, Elon Musk has changed the name of his baby.
Son of a bitch.
He took out the 1, 2, and he put a Roman numeral. Take a moment of silence for that 12.
Let's take 12 seconds.
And we're back. What the fuck?
I don't understand the name at all to this day.
It's like Ash or something.
Yeah, he explained it on Joe Rogan's podcast.
And then still no one knew what it meant.
It's X, and then the AE sounds like Ash, and then the 12? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. Elon, what does it mean? But like, how do we pronounce it is the main thing that I just want to know. How do I pronounce it? Do I go?
I don't know. All I know
Kid
is
is gonna
that-
have a hard
Ash.
fucking time.
Do you
12.
think,
X Ash 12.
knowing who Elon Musk is, do you think that he is going to experiment human trials on his kid with like the Neuralink and like?
No, I don't think he will. Only because he knows the capabilities of something like that, and he seems like a fairly hyper aware person, where he's like kind of watching out for all the things, especially inside of his family, inside of his crews. I wouldn't call it paranoia, but I would say that he's just like he's watchful, he's observant, and so like I think he'd be very protective of that, and only allow what they're starting on would be like paraplegic people, people that have like severed ligaments and things like that their limbs don't communicate with their bodies anymore.
Yeah.
So the Neuralink will start there and help reconnect the tissue, and then it'll
Explain
evolve
to
into-
Adelia and the people what Neuralink is.
Okay, so Neuralink is a microchip that Elon Musk and his team have been developing, that they're going to put a series of like small wires that attach to different sections of your brain, but you can essentially download information as fast as your phone can, or faster.
So if you wanted to speak a different language?
Literally, if you want to speak a different language, you show up in, let's say I was in Shenzhen, China 8 years ago. If I was there, I could have just been like, oh, I need to learn Mandarin or Cantonese or whatever specific dialect inside of that is. And I could have downloaded it, hooked up to the Wi-Fi or the browser there, and then downloaded it, and I would instantly know how to speak that language.
Because of the chip inside your
chip.
Do
brain.
you
the
think
brain.
this is great
What?
or fucked? Because with that kind of stuff in you, the government's going to be able to literally track you, what you're thinking.
For sure. Here's the thing. They already do track what we're thinking.
Bro, the amount of times I'm talking about some shit and then I go on the phone
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, blue moon. We brought a blue moon yesterday.
Yeah.
We're sitting editing her video and she asked me, do you have a blue moon?
Yeah.
I'm at the fridge. The computer's over there. I go pull up YouTube on her fucking computer
Yeah.
and there's an ad for blue moon at the top.
Yeah. Absolutely. Remember when we were talking about blue light blocking glasses so we could edit the computer longer?
Yes.
And then suddenly we had blue light blocking sunglasses.
And what
pop
did we
up.
do?
We ordered both of them. Also, by the way, I'm not opposed to the government watching what I do, or like Amazon or Jeff Bezos. I don't care. Fucking send me the ads that generate the views.
They're making the decisions for you.
Yeah, 100%. But like that's stuff that I already wanted. The thing that I have a problem with is, yeah, of course it's an invasion of privacy. Of course it's a giant piece of shit scenario. But they started gathering information on every single person back then, right? And they already had maps of each person kind of figured out, and so they could start tracking people.
This reminds me.
What?
Are you getting to something?
I'm getting to something.
Okay.
But my friend who used to work in the CIA literally would be like, oh, yeah, we could actually generate just like they do in the movies. We type in your name, and it pulls up, the Social Security and everything else, and then it populates like a web of everybody that you've ever talked to, everything you've ever done online. So us getting the little microchip is no different than us having the phone. It's just a phone that's attached to us permanently, except for the fact that it's going to be way more secure and everything else like that.
Wow.
Did you want to talk about the reason you know about the CIA?
What do you mean?
About your terrorist friend?
Oh my God. Oh shit. Yeah, we can talk on that. I had a God,
I mean, it's not funny, but
it's fucked. It's so annoying to me. So I had this I'll say friend, acquaintance of sorts.
listen to this.
This
he
is
told
nuts.
me.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had this acquaintance, for those of you that don't know, who was a very sweet kid when I met him, and still somewhat is, but he was bipolar and would have manic episodes. And I told him that. I was like, hey man, you're manic. I don't think you've been diagnosed, but I've seen this before in friends. And I think you're having bipolar mood swings. Like you're super high and then you're super low. And one thing sends you in crazy directions and then you snap and then you want to like throw yourself off a roof. I was like, I've seen this before. You need to get on medication. Cut to, he lived with me for a long time and like there was a lot of good things that came from that. But then eventually he just like, he lost his shit and he moved out, but it moved out on really shitty terms. Like he left without paying rent. He was trying to get his deposit. There's a bunch of shitty things that really pissed me off. But I hadn't heard from this guy literally because he left. I hadn't heard from him for like 3 weeks, and he comes back and is like, "Hey man, I'm moving out." I'm like, "When?" He's like,
Is he fucking Cartman?
he sounds exactly like Cartman all the time. I made fun of him for this shit. And I was like, "Sweet dude, when?" And he was like, "Yeah man, I'm gonna move out tonight." And I was like, "No, the fuck you're not. You haven't even paid rent." I was like, "When was the last time you slept?" He's like, 4 days ago. And I was like, "Yikes, dude. Give me your keys." I was like, "I'm not letting you drive. Like, you're just in daydreaming." Yeah, he hadn't slept. He was having a manic episode. I was like, "Give me your keys. You're going to sleep. And then when you wake up, you're going to clean up everything. You're going to do your chores like normal life is going on. You're going to pay rent. And then you can make your decision because you're having a manic episode right now." And he's like, yeah. Well, I'm going to fucking move anyways. And I was like, sick, bro. Why don't you just chill out? Cut to, he moves out. He follows through, moves out the next day. And then eventually I see some of my money back and I don't hear from him for 6 months. I get a call from a buddy of mine. I'm driving down the 405 on my way to an audition. And my buddy goes, it's my buddy Rashid. And he goes, bro, have you checked the news? And I go, what? He goes, bro, check the news. And I go, dude, I'm driving on the 405. I can't just check the news. What are you talking about? He's like, just check the news. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, fuck. He just sends me a link. Has been arrested as a national terrorist for he burned down a pizza parlor in Washington, D.C. The suspected involvement in Pizzagate. This poor family, they've had their family-owned restaurant burned down like 8 times, and I feel like they've just given up because of these dumb conspiracy theorists on YouTube who've unanimously associated this pizza parlor with like the Clintons and Pizzagate, and I'm like, yeah, zero correlation. But did the same thing. Manic episode, decided to burn down a pizza restaurant. 2 separate occasions, decided to jump the fence at the Washington Monument, beat up cops. You fucking dummy, bro. You fucking idiot. And then the second time he did it, the cops recognized him from his mugshot from burning down the restaurant because they got footage of him. And he was wearing the same Letterman's jacket that he wore in his headshots. Sorry, bro. I don't mean to put salt in the wound. You're already in prison. But bro,
Hopefully
get it real. Get it
better.
together. Yeah. And he did call me from prison. He apologized. That is a nice thing to do from prison. And he is on medication and is getting better, is getting healthy. He was actually in the back of Kim Kardashian's photo when she posted about prison reform. It's him with like all of his prison inmates. What? The dude's still getting famous.
Damn,
it's hilarious.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I saw something, and I saw that you actually posted it. I wrote it down, and then you posted it on your Instagram. Mm-hmm. There's a guy who makes YouTube videos called Dad, How Do I?
Yes.
I thought this was the coolest thing ever. This guy,
Absolutely.
He grew up without a dad, right? Yeah, his father left when he was 12. Now he has a YouTube channel called Dad, How Do I? To help kids who are growing up without dads, teaching them basic tasks that you'd usually ask your dad for help. That's like the purest thing, bro.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
He's like, he does like how to paint your room,
Yeah.
like
How to fix your toilet, how to unclog your bathtub.
Such a cool concept.
Yeah.
And it went viral on Twitter, and I thought it was really cool. I saw that you posted it. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah. I feel like, as a whole, this is what we talked about a second ago, is we need to reinforce positive news. We need to reinforce like positivity inside of our circles. I hate it when people just send me negative news links. Mm-hmm. I thumb down them whenever they send me that shit. And I go, don't send me this. I'm like, I already see it.
Unless it's about the stocks.
Yeah, if it's about stonks, then I'm like, fucking, let's bet against the market, baby.
Yeah, I mean, we had a little team meeting on Friday. We're going to start doing weekly meetings. Mm-hmm. And we just, came to the conclusion, like, yo, let's bring each other up. Let's lift each other up. Let's be positive, because I know that there's a lot of negativity going on. And, at the end of the day, that's what friends are for, to lift each other up. And it's important to check ourselves on, hey, you're being negative, or hey, you're complaining, or whatever it may be. So, I mean, dude, honestly, like ever since I got over that 3-day hump of being down on myself, I've been so motivated and so happy just seeing my future. I envision it. I'm gonna talk goals with you when we move in on just like where I want to see myself. But I feel like I haven't been this motivated since I first started making YouTube videos.
Oh, that's great, dude. That's a big honor to me. I mean, like that's really cool that I get to be a part of that in this next stage of your journey, man.
You're welcome that you get to be a part of that.
Hey, man, S my D, bro. Get on it.
I can't do that, but someone across from us.
What's
Oh,
good?
how you doing? What's up? Call me up.
Adelia, you got anything else you want to talk about? James Charles is 21 years old. Let's talk about that.
Wait, I thought he was older than 21.
That's what I saw. Like, I don't know why
He's posting butt cheek photos and he's not even 21.
Why does he keep popping up my Twitter? He posted like him drinking for the first time. I put that in
Come on, drinking for the first time. Wink, wink.
Homie's worth, I don't know how much. Emma Chamberlain's worth how much money? And they're not even 21 years old.
Dude, Charlie
Empire.
D'Amelio.
Charlie D'Amelio's 15. She's probably worth mills.
Yeah. What are we doing wrong?
We're too nice, bro. We need some drama.
Yeah, we do need drama.
Fuck you, Adelia.
Yeah, fuck you. We get done with this whole positivity rant. We just start roasting Adelia. I'm sorry, Adelia.
No.
No, it's
I
fine.
really
Keep
like
it
your
coming.
hair.
Keep it coming. I
You're
need
really
a thick
pretty.
skin anyways.
You have great taste in chains and stuff.
At the end of the day, I think positivity will win. I think that's kind of the shift right now on YouTube. Mr. Beast, all about positivity. He's
I
winning.
like that.
Just doing good in the world. I think that I would really love to see the shift in. David Dobrik's a perfect example of that. Yeah. Logan's starting to do good, like doing good. I've been doing good.
Yeah.
Look at all my past videos.
I've been doing it, son.
Surprised her with this.
Oh, he been doing it, son.
Surprised him with this.
Can't handle that smoke, son.
Bailed him out of jail.
Bailed him. Wait, did you bail Ryan out of prison? Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
No.
We're doing a podcast right now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's great. We're all inspired from the OG podcast king, Joe Rogan, right?
We were? I wasn't.
Shut up. You were.
I honestly didn't even
Nobody
watch
fucking
this.
cares
I just
about your
started
opinion.
a podcast.
Yeah, okay.
I had
yeah,
a podcast
whatever.
in college.
Okay,
before Joe
yeah,
Rogan.
okay. Chill, bro.
It's called Sports Beat.
Yeah. How do we feel about Joe Rogan switching from YouTube to Spotify?
I think he made a fuckload of money
Yeah.
because it's exclusive.
Yeah.
He probably made,
Hundreds of millions.
I wouldn't say hundreds of millions.
Tens of millions.
Tens of millions. I think I know. I think someone else switched to Spotify, and I'm pretty sure they made $1 million, and they're not near Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So he probably made
Wow.
25, 30 million. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably more.
In that range. Probably.
I don't know.
Well, you got to think for like all the ad revenue, everything that he does, including his videos getting $1 million plus per episode.
And he's probably Google preferred. Maybe not. I don't know.
His
He's
ad
edgy.
space, all of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, he's definitely making.
Who would have thought?
But good for him. I actually like it because somebody pointed this out, but there's no longer the monopoly of YouTube. No offense towards YouTube. I totally get it. But like YouTube, you are our gods. We love you. Amen.
Put us on the trending page.
Put us on the trend of but no, like I get tired of like companies having monopolies and then they feel a social need to curate their entire platform a certain way. And ultimately it comes down to their belief systems, right? And now we have Spotify kind of coming in and being the new competition, the capitalistic competition.
The cool thing about Spotify is it just posts what people post.
Yeah.
The songs they post, the podcasts they post. YouTube sits like Spotify recommends songs based on other artists, but like they're not trying to push an agenda.
Nope.
You know, every media company is either left or right.
Yep.
Spotify is just here's music, here's podcasts.
Right.
I don't know if because I don't have ads, but they might push that kind of stuff on ads. I'm not sure. But there's no real way to tell. I mean, there probably is, based on the music you listen to, what affiliation you are. I mean, if you listen to country, you're probably Republican. But that's the cool thing about Spotify. And I think, dude, the thing about social media and the reason there's so many platforms, I've always wondered why one person can't just conquer a platform.
Yeah.
Is because you go to different platforms for different things.
Totally.
YouTube tried so hard to make their movies. It's just I don't see it ever happening.
No.
Netflix, it's in its lane,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. It's gonna probably one day just be all original content. I see that happening.
Sure.
What else you got?
You got-
Instagram is photo video, but
Honestly,
IGTV failed on Instagram because it's
and
like
it's failing again.
yeah.
I can't tell you anytime that like anybody promotes IGTV to me, I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
Why would I want to watch that? I'm gonna go to YouTube to watch that.
Right.
And then we have TikTok. You got the short form like short content, which is great. It's like Vine all over again.
Adelia, all right, so let's bring you back into the conversation. She said that she wanted to talk about guys that have girlfriends DMing her things. What's this about?
Oh.
Yeah.
LOL she included.
Go on. What does the ... LOL stand for?
Oh, she's trying to be funny. I don't know.
So some guy with a girlfriend hit you up?
Yeah.
And
What
did
do
you
you say?
smash?
Talk.
Did you smash though?
No.
Come on, just a little. You thought about it?
No.
Adelia. Oh my
That's
God, bro.
terrible. Why would I do that?
Come on.
No.
What do you want to talk about?
I just think it, like, why?
Go
What do you
on.
say? What did this person
Oh,
say?
he complimented me.
Go on.
And I just felt very uncomfortable.
He
And I was
DM'd
like,
you that?
Did
yeah.
he say, "Good job," or like
Do you
what
want
did
me
he
to read
say?
it out
We wanna
loud?
know.
Yeah, read the
He's
DM.
not going to
She
watch
Adelia
this
posts
shit.
something like, "Been working really hard these days," and he goes, "Good job, really
Yeah.
proud of you."
I
You're
mean,
that
like-
made me so uncomfortable.
Why you gotta be such a hot little nugget all the time? Drives me
Damn.
crazy. Yo.
Yo,
Oh, yeah, he's
that's
for
fucked
sure
up.
Trying to smash. He's not dating that girl. There's no chance.
I mean, he might not. I thought they did. So it's just like
Yikes.
very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's super
You
uncomfortable.
know, it's like
When a guy does that to you, I mean, is
turn
there
off 100%.
instant turn off, right?
Instant turn off.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about liking the opposite sex photos on Instagram while in a relationship?
I don't care.
I don't either.
I don't
bro.
care either.
Yeah. Listen, you were liking those photos before me. We're still allowed
Is
to
it
think other people are
disrespectful?
hot.
But is it disrespectful?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if it's Pornhub.
Right. If it's like
You
a
just-
really
Yeah.
sexual photo.
Like,
I
all
don't
right,
know.
say, I mean, I'm talking outsider. For example, I'm friends with Summer Rae. I'm still going to like her photos if I'm in a relationship.
Sure.
But say outsider living in Cleveland, Ohio, he starts dating a girl.
Yeah.
Should he unfollow Summer Rae because he's dating a girl? Because why is he following Summer Rae in the first place? Because
Yeah.
she's a hot piece.
For
Yeah.
sure, he's following her for that reason. Yeah.
So it's like when you get in that relationship, are you still allowed to be like, hey, because nothing changed.
Yeah.
Summer Rae still smoke show.
Yeah, for sure. I honestly, I personally, I don't care. I'm in the stage of like, listen, we're together. Like we're in this to win it.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I be worried about you acknowledging that somebody else is attractive? I'm going to do the same thing in my head anyways. Why don't we just be open about it? And it takes the demons out of the closet and you air them out and there's no harm in that.
But that's just confidence in yourself, lack of insecurity. What is, I'm actually curious. What is one of your insecurities in
Yeah,
talking
you
to-
beautiful glass of water over here.
Yeah.
Huh?
Stop. You guys are confident.
You haven't had a hard day in your life.
Dude, fuck you. Eat shit and die. I'm gonna go back to my. You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna go back and live in my car again.
Admittedly, what is one of your insecurities?
Admittedly, an insecurity. Actually, this was an insecurity for me for a little while. Actually, back when I was dating Vic, she wouldn't post about me, and I found that very strange when we would all be hanging out in a group of friends, right?
Yeah.
And then the camera would go, it would pan all the way over and then it would stop just before it got to me. And I was like, hello? And I think that was a big insecurity for me. And I understood why Victoria was doing it. Because
Right.
this is not a smash of Victoria. Victoria is one of the sweetest human beings I've ever met. She's a champion of people.
Sisters. What's up?
What's
Mads?
up, Matt? I love Vic. But that made me feel really insecure because it made me feel valueless. And that's a big insecurity for me. I was the third born of three boys, and then I had a little sister who was like, I kind of got
middle
missed.
child.
I was the middle child. And so I felt valueless a lot of times. And so that's something that made me feel valueless once again. And so that's something that it It makes me angry. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel worthless and frustrated. And I'm like, I don't know how to fight that. Also, when you go to approach somebody about it, you know, they're like, oh, well, I'm not trying to promote our relationship. And I'm like, I get it. I understand that. But also, like, I'm here anyways.
Yeah.
Just promote me like I'm your friend.
It feels like they're going out of their way
Yes.
to not put you in.
Yeah. I'm
Like something like that.
Literally.
I don't know where I stand being in the position in the entertainment world on publicizing my next relationship
Sure.
until I know that it's legitimate.
Yeah.
Like say like I'm engaged, boom, okay, cool.
Right.
I don't know that I want to go through that again. So it's different because we use Instagram as work.
Totally.
I don't use Instagram like a typical person that consumes Instagram content
Yeah.
that follows me.
We're trying to find out what's trending. And what's
Right. I'm
happening.
entertaining people. That's my job.
Yeah.
So I can see why people wouldn't want their personal life out there, but it's such a
touchy thing.
yeah, because it's like obviously you want to feel like they like.
How would you so let's say you started dating somebody right now in the midst of all of this. How would you continue, but you guys were already posting together, or maybe you weren't posting together, but now they're an integral part of your life? How would you go about like promoting it and not promoting it at the same time?
Oh man, it would all depend, I think, if they're in the industry or not.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I feel like, I mean, if she didn't want to be on my thing, that's totally fine. Cool, I won't put you on my shit.
Right.
But if she genuinely like had a job and didn't want to be in my, wasn't trying to do social media or anything, I probably would put her in more
Stuff.
stuff, being like, oh, this is my wife, like, or my girl, like,
Mm-hmm.
well, like I would have no problem with it. I think I got to be careful now of like, does someone genuinely like me for who I am, or do they like me because I'm in a good position?
Right.
Which, I mean, granted, of course, that plays a factor.
Yeah.
And
it always will from
it always
here on
will.
out.
So
Yeah.
you have to accept that. But I don't know. It would all depend, I think.
Yeah.
If I dated like an actress
Yeah.
who was in a separate world, probably wouldn't.
Wouldn't promote her or wouldn't.
I mean, I wouldn't need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if she's doing her own thing, she's booking shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would for sure film it. I think a good example actually is, do you know who Claudia and Phineas are?
No.
I actually fucking respect this relationship a lot.
Oh, Phineas.
Phineas is Billie
Billie
Eilish's
Eilish's
brother,
brother, right.
mega
Producer.
producer, super talented. And I did a movie with Claudia a few years ago, and she was like dating this guy Phineas, and I didn't have a clue who he was.
Yeah.
And then they blew up, exploded. And I think he's a perfect model of someone who doesn't give a fuck about, because he's huge, bro.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish and him are like the biggest.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend's, she's a YouTuber. She's done a few movies, and she just started a podcast with him. They moved in together. He's on her podcast. Like, they are a perfect example of, I mean, from the outside looking in, I don't know how their personal life is, of like dope relationship.
Yeah.
Like he's supporting her, she's supporting him. She's at the Grammys with him, he's doing the podcast with her. He's in her YouTube videos, she's going to the studio. You know, it's like a mutually, they're living life for each other. And I think that that's the cool thing. It's like, I want to see you win, and you should want to see me win, not just you win.
Right.
Because Phineas, let's be real, he could fucking support the both of them.
Oh, for sure.
But she's still grinding, bro. She's still posting her podcast. She's still posting her YouTube videos.
Totally.
She's doing all her shit. She still wants her life.
Yeah.
And that's something I love, and that's something that I look for. It's like, if I meet a girl, I want her to be so motivated on her goals and what she wants in life that she's not looking to me for that to feed her.
Right.
And also Phineas,
That's super attractive, by the way.
so attractive.
Yeah. Somebody that's still like chasing their own dream. I think that's one of the most attractive qualities in people in general, is like, if I meet you and I don't have to be your dad, right? Like, I don't have to be the one putting every piece of input in your life. One of the most attractive things to me is like, I get to go out and your life continues regardless of me being in it or not. I love that. I think that's like it's a very unique quality, and it's hard to find in people. Like, people have to find their own why, and a lot of them don't know what that is.
Yeah, I mean, there's times I even wake up and I'm like, what is my purpose? There's days where I feel that way.
Yeah.
And I think everyone has those days in their life where Really need to sit down and be like, what is it that makes me happy? Write the things down that make you happy and try to work towards those on a daily basis.
Yeah, and surround yourself with the right people.
100%. If there's someone negative in your life, give them the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like,
surround yourself. You are the accumulation of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. And if you're chasing a dream inside of that industry, this is what I did when I moved out to LA. If you're looking towards success inside of that industry, you have to find the people that you look up to the most and then cut out everybody else that is just drainage. And I hate to say it like that, but there was a lot of people that all they did was go to clubs. All they did was like, bro, you got to go to the club. You got to go network there. You got to go do this. You got to go do that. And I was like, I've been seeing you for the last 6 months. All you do is club. All you do is network. All you do is fucking go home and you go party, and then that's it. And then you wake up, you do the same thing over and over again.
Also, the most important lesson, fall in love with patterns, not potential. If someone seems like they're motivated, that's great.
Yeah.
Make them fucking prove that they're motivated.
Yeah.
And watch their pattern of them doing good shit
nonstop
over the potential of them doing good shit.
Yeah.
And that is the note I'm leaving on.
Farewell. All right, Adelia. It's just us. Add to that.
Adelia knows what I'm talking about with that last one.
What is that?
I'm not calling no one out.
You
You don't have to call anybody out, but
do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. Do you agree?
we're asking you. I just
I'm
made a
asking
whole
you.
statement on it.
I'm asking you. Do you agree, sir,
With my own statement?
with his statement?
Yeah.
What is your statement now?
I literally just gave like a 5-minute speech on it. Yeah, of course I agree. I think people can really waste a huge swath of their life by just hanging out with the wrong people and surrounding themselves with idiots.
Also, you could tell people like, yeah, dude, I fucking want it, bro.
Yeah.
I want it, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking prove that you want it. Tyler is someone that's proved to me he wants it.
Constantly.
He's making videos. He's filming this podcast. He makes videos for like 300 people, and he still loves it every single day.
He's out here because he loves the dream. That's
100%.
a boss-ass move.
He loves
right
being
there.
around. He loves filming. He loves editing.
He's a beast.
That is pattern, not potential. He could have hit DM me like, yo, bro, like, I want it, bro. I get so many DMs like that.
That's potential.
And then I
meeting
checked out
the
his
pattern.
page, and I'm like, okay, dude, this dude's grinding.
Yeah.
He's fucking shooting. He's posting this. Like,
absolutely.
And also, your Instagram is your portfolio. If you DM someone saying, hey, man, I'm a photographer. Hey, man, I do this. Music. Let's work. Let's work. Have some shit on your fucking page so I can look at it, as opposed to just, yeah, you know what? I know that person wants it.
Bro, the perfect example is when you and I met, right? I've met a lot of YouTubers. We met through Logan. Like I've known some of the biggest, like Lele and Hannah and all these people. I met you, and not to be a dick, but I didn't know who you were. I was an actor.
That's fucked up, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I love you now, though. Say I love you.
I don't know who you were either.
Say I love you.
I knew like
Yes, you did.
No, I knew like slightly of
Don't lie.
you.
She told me she knew who I was.
No,
for sure know
I
who
said
he
I
was.
slightly, barely knew who
Okay,
you
so
were.
that's
Barely knew.
better than not knowing me.
Better than knowing. But like you hit me up. Also, I said I love you, so I just want you to acknowledge
man.
that. Yeah. No, say te amo.
Te amo.
I love you too. Okay, sick. So I didn't know you, and I like if you were in the acting world, I would have known exactly who you were. I'm sure,
Yeah,
right?
I could have been in one movie. You probably would have known me.
Literally, like I just have a weird like Rain Man sense about like everything in the acting world, and I love that. But you reached out to me. We exchanged info. I think it was on like Logan's bus or something like that. I forget where we were. It was at Halloween or like somewhere like that. And you're like, hey, dude, you want to come over for a podcast? And literally my first instinct was no. I was like, I don't want to do some YouTube Instagrammer's podcast.
Yeah.
Who is this kid? And I literally went and looked at your body of work. I was like, oh, Mark is a legit journalist.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me later that you went to school for journalism. I was like, oh, it shows. Because you had been proving your body of work all the way up to that point, which goes back to the point of pattern, not potential. When the potential meets the pattern, that's when you get people like you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when like you're a fully realized product.
Right.
And a human. And I love that. And that's one reason that I think you and I gravitate towards each other so much is we try to surround ourselves with those things and those ideas and those mindsets nonstop.
How do you get the mindset to shift?
To shift?
Of someone that has the potential but doesn't show the patterns. How do you shift that mindset? Is hard work taught? Can it be learned?
It can be learned, sure. But I think, you have to hit a point in your life that you are so desperate and you are so hungry that you cannot do anything else but want to succeed at this dream.
Mm-hmm.
There's an example of like this guy. It's some motivational speech that I listened to on YouTube.
When you want to breathe,
you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe,
then you'll be successful.
Exactly.
Beyonce went 5 days without eating because she forgot to eat.
And that's it, though. And that's when I think you can actually change like work habits and patterns and like goals and restructure things, you know? I don't know who you have in your life that may be like this, but like this is something that I always try to surround myself with. And this is, you're the prime example of that recently. But like Tom DeSanto was one of my mentors, has been my main mentor in Hollywood.
Right. Cool guy.
Yeah. Great dude. And I try to just let go of the friendships that are just, they're parasites.
How does one go about doing that? Being like, hey, look, I need to put my foot down. Because people are shy, man.
Yeah.
They don't confront, and they're pushovers.
Are you trying
Is it?
to
I'm just
Okay.
trying,
throw
I'm trying
something?
to have Pearson.
I'll answer. I don't know what's going on this side of the room here for a second. Let me answer what I'm going to say. How about you answer, and then I'm just going to put my life in. So I can only answer from my life.
You go first.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Answer from your life.
Okay, so rephrase the question one more time.
When you there's a negative person in your life, but
Yeah.
you feel bad. There's someone that's not pushing you, that's not making you a better person. They're just dead weight.
Yeah.
But you've been friends with this person.
Right.
And you're friendly. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
Your goals and your vision are not in line.
Yeah, you need to learn to put them in categories.
I
It's-
slowly just drift away.
But you can't.
Right.
You can. You can totally like ghost them if you want. I think you need to have clear and like constant communication and very concise and just boom, lay it out. For instance, like I'm not going to name names, but I had some people more recently in my life where this is a few months back, we had some projects we were working on.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy went off and started working on his own projects. And he had a few more projects come up. And he's the guy of like 1 million projects. Love the dude. Very great dude. And if he could get focused on a singular topic, he would crush it. Like he's so driven in the moment.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you've got to like sit down and focus. And I was like, honestly, I just don't think we can move forward on this subject anymore. I was like, I know you want to do all these 3 different things. He actually wanted to do social media with me. He actually wanted to do X, Y, and Z with me. He actually wanted to do these things with me. Wanted. But he never executed. And he always talked about it. And he always said he had people lined up. And he always said he had investors. He always said he had this and he had that. And I was like, bro, then show me.
Put it on the fucking table.
Literally, if you can bring it to the table, we have the meeting and the money is in the bank, great. Deal done.
Right.
If you cannot do it, I'm not giving you a fucking penny. And that was my big example of like a recent friendship that I didn't end it, but it was like I put him in a category and I was like, look, you are the guy of unlimited potential with no execution. Until you're in the executors section, until you're in the alpha dog section, you just get to hang out in here until you've proved your value and you can step up into the winner circle. And that's it.
I want to be a fucking winner, Pearson.
Then be a fucking winner and execute.
That's what I fucking like, bro. I need that winner's mentality, bro.
Yeah.
Who wants to hang out with someone who wants to lose?
I don't know. I hate negative people that just talk negative shit all the time. Bothers me. Also,
I don't
Adelia,
know. I'll never get it, bro.
What were you going to add to that?
Not honestly, like my little getaway was what I would do, but
Just slowly fade
but
away.
yeah, I need to work on my confrontation. So
Yeah.
next time that happens, I'll probably try to swallow
up.
my shyness and
Good.
go for it.
It makes
Yeah.
you
That's good.
so nervous confronting people. But when you get that weight off your shoulders,
Yeah.
it feels so good. Like,
Oh, bro, I feel like I can breathe. It's like I wasn't breathing properly.
and I mean, I could even speak for me and you. Obviously, I love helping you, and I want to guide you in the right direction. But I knew too, it was overwhelming me editing your stuff and doing all that, and I needed to like breathe. And I was like scared for you, right? I was like, damn, she's got to take this head on all by herself now. But then I thought about it, and I was like, she has to learn this by herself. She's an adult.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be here for her. You know, what if I book a movie? What if my song pops off? You know, like, so I'm like, all right, now's the time. Like, I need to let go. It was hard for me to let go and be like, hey, look, Adelia, edit your video all by yourself. Obviously, I want it to be good. I want you to get subscribers and all that. I want to help you out. But I knew it had to come to the point where there's going to be a time when I'm not there.
Yeah.
And it was hard to confront you about it. But when I did, I felt so much better.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. I don't have this to hold over Adelia's head anymore.
Yeah.
Basically. Like,
yeah.
How did you feel on the other end of that, being the one that was like receiving the confrontation, but also now that you guys have like clear lines?
I mean, I knew it was gonna happen.
Right.
I was waiting for it to happen, and then it happened, and I was just like, you think like it's not gonna happen. You have like a little bit more time, but it's gonna happen. So when it did, and you like let me know, I was just like, obviously I was a little stressed out. I was like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm scared as fuck. Like, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I panicked. But I'm just like, no, it's fine. Like, I pretty much edited like 70, 80% of that video. And I was like, all he needs to teach me is the little quirks and stuff. And it's like, how hard can it be, really?
Yeah.
Right.
And
you picked up so much faster than literally anyone that I've ever taught in college on editing.
Yeah.
So, and you pay attention, like you watch vlogs, so you know the format.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it was a good push, to be honest. Like, thinking about it, I was like, I didn't want him to keep doing it to me, because then I would have gotten so complacent with you editing my stuff and doing that. I would have just been even more nervous and stressed out later on if you're like, okay, I'm leaving. Bye.
And you wouldn't have realized your full potential. I think that's something that's really cool in this whole thing, is like, you were only living at 75% of your capacity as far as being your own editor. Suddenly you became 100% of your capacity. And obviously you're still going to like chime in and add notes and stuff until you really hit that max potential. But that's dope.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see. Oh my God, a bird just hit the fucking window. I'm dead, bro.
Dude, he just went back and flew into another window.
Shut up.
Dude, he went straight. Oh, that boy is down. Sorry.
Oh.
Bye, buddy.
Wait, I saw it coming, and then I heard it.
Oh, shit. That's
Dude,
wild.
That's wild.
Fuck. What was I going to say? Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. Bird
Not
came
for that
from the
bird.
sky. Amen, brother.
But
Peace be with
you'll
you.
learn so many more things, because you'll see someone else do something and edit, and you can just Google or YouTube how to do this, how to zoom in on a video.
Yeah.
And then you'll learn that it's a keyframe, and then you'll learn how to do it, how to make a fish face on a video, and then you'll learn that it's a fisheye effect. Like, you'll learn all these things by observing others and wanting to learn. That's the biggest thing too. When you get to the point, I still learn. There's still things to this day that I'm like, damn, I don't know how to do that. I need to learn how to do that. So you need to continue to challenge yourself and want to learn. To this, like, Pearson, I look to him for tons of advice. Dude's an encyclopedia.
Right.
And it's like, I don't.
He's a dictionary, encyclopedia, thesaurus.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd.
I don't treat him as like, I like love that he gives me so much knowledge. Like,
we collaborate super well together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was one thing else that I wanted to touch on. I did not make her sign a contract like most fucking asshole YouTubers do.
That is dope. Honestly,
You're allowed to do good things
it's
without
actually-
fucking benefiting off of it.
that's a good thing to note now, because, like, no offense, Jake Paul and everybody else, I don't want to get clapped. I'm not a big YouTuber. But no, I think that's a really respectable thing, is like, you set Adelia up in the most dope way, and me as well. Like, I only had like fucking 5,000 subs before you started shouting me out. Now? 30.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Go subscribe to Pearson.
Yeah. Let's do it. But like, I still had I have an online presence. Adelia's YouTube presence is far bigger than mine now. You set her up in the biggest win possible to execute on without asking for a dime on the end of that. I think that's so dope as a friend, to not you didn't compromise the integrity of the friendship. Now, this is a business, right? This is totally a business. We're all making money off of this on some level. There are things that should be established where you should make money off of it. And I understand why Jake or any of the other guys would be like, hey, I'm going to make 10% off of everything that you make on YouTube because I'm going to give you 1 million followers because you're about to make $250,000 a year.
Yeah.
You know, that makes total business sense to me.
All right, so we'll talk after the podcast.
Right.
Yeah. But I think that's pretty fucking sick that you never asked for a penny off of that.
I even asked you, I'm like, do you want, like, I was hypothetically, if we did do that and you were to take some, I would have been so okay with it. Like, I wouldn't have been like, no, you're not taking my money. Like, I would have been like, yeah, of course you can take whatever percentage that I make. You literally helped me. Look how much you've helped me. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, I just think, I don't know, I believe in myself, so I'm like, I don't need to rely on Adelia to become successful for me to have money. You know, I'm like,
I'll buy you dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, what goes around comes
Pearson.
around. Like, if you are successful,
Oh,
more
for
successful.
all the times you didn't shout me out, maybe you buy me dinner this time.
But I mean, if you were to get bigger than me, and then that lifts me up, you know, that would be a thing where it's like, okay, Mark did this for me. I owe him now. Let's fucking help him out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I see it more as that, but I obviously believe in myself where I don't need to collect money from you.
Yeah.
You know?
A rising tide brings up all ships.
Which
It's
also, like, I know managers and stuff reaching out to you and stuff. That's kind of the frustration about it is, like, there's someone like me willing to do this all for free, and then people see your success, and then they're like, I want a piece of what she has. Give me that. And it's like, dude, you got someone sitting right in front of you who didn't ask for $1 and just did this out of the kindness of their heart. And then you have all these money hungry fuckers trying to come take what we did together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I get frustrated on, like, I get that that's their business. And my whole thing with managers and stuff is, bro, you weren't there for 85% of it. And now you see all this fucking work that you weren't there for. And now you want a piece of the pie.
Can you give me the just quick rundown of what's happening right now with the managers and what is this?
Well, she just has managers reaching out to like do shit.
Okay.
Like rep her.
So rep her, and then they're asking for what, 10, 20%?
I don't know.
They haven't
we
discussed that.
haven't gotten that far.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah.
Can I add my 2 bits in from just my point of view from the industry? I think that's smart. Eventually you will want a manager. Eventually you will
100%.
want a social media publicist or anything like that. My phrasing on that always goes, you can have 10% of whatever you make me. You have 60 days to 90 days to make me money. But you do not get anything of my pre-existing IP or any of the work that I've done and any of the work that I continue to do with the entities I've already made establishment with. So any work that you do with Mark or me or Tyler or any of the other people that you put in your videos, they just don't get 10%.
Right.
My manager's fucking dope. He'll set up a brand deal and sometimes he won't even take it. He'll be like, you did most of the work on this. I just like looked over the contract and made sure it was good.
It's an interesting industry now with the social media. Because back in the day, you needed representation to get in a movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with CAA. I'm with Abrams. I'm with Will. Whatever.
Yeah.
Now you don't need representation to be a famous YouTuber.
No, not at all.
So it's like when you have people approaching you, they're approaching you because they see your potential,
Yeah,
right?
they see a gold
saw
mine.
your pattern, and they're like, "Damn, the potential's here. She's already putting in the work without us. Now we see her as
They're going to try and ride the
paycheck.
coattails.
Ride your coattails.
Yeah.
And they'll fucking drop you like CAA dropped me if you don't book something.
Shots fired.
But yeah, there does come a time, obviously, you need representation, you need agents because they will make you money. My agents to this day, my lawyers, my managers, they've never touched a single dollar of my YouTube AdSense.
Yep.
They've never touched a single dollar of my music revenue. They make what they bring me. So if they bring me the Heinz ketchup deal, they get cut in on that. If they bring me the Facebook deal, they get cut in on that.
Yeah.
Whatever they bring me, that's where they take their 10%, 15% at the most. I don't think anybody should get more than 15%. Lawyers
I've never
usually
had
take
anybody
5.
take more than 10.
Right.
I'll fire somebody before they'll take 15.
I had someone take 15, and I had to let them go because at the end of the day, they were taking 15, then my agents were taking 10, and then
Manager was taking 10, the lawyer, attorney,
lawyer was taking
publicist.
5, so 30% gone. That's what a lot of people don't realize too, is literally like 25% typically of what you make is gone to your team, and then obviously that remaining 75%, 50% of that has gone to the government.
Yeah. So you're left with 25% of whatever you made.
It's different being a business owner, and I'm trying to coach Adelia in this because she's just learning about making money on her own.
Yeah.
Taxes aren't taken out of it, so I'm like, yo, what you see isn't what you have.
Right.
Whereas like when you worked at your job, what you get is what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might even get a little bit of money back in the end of the year because
Right.
they take taxes out every paycheck. But YouTube doesn't take taxes out.
Yeah.
So you have to report that.
1099.
When a fucking company pays you $10,000, they don't take it out. They'll give you a 1099 at the end of the year, and you have to report, hey, this company paid me 10 grand, and then you have to pay the taxes on that 10 grand.
Right.
I can't wait for the day that Adelia, because she hasn't seen like real fucking money yet.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the day that Adelia gets her first brand deal for like $5,000, and she's gonna lose her fucking mind. And I keep telling her this: have patience.
Yeah.
Takes 3 months. She's getting a little antsy. Takes 3 months, and all it takes is patience. But the day, I can't wait for the day that happens, so I can say, "Fuck you!"
No, that's
And
good
she's gonna be
advice.
shitting her brains out in excitement because she'd be like, $5,000 to make a video?
It's going to be great. It's going to be the day of your life. It's going to be one of the biggest highs you'll get off of this industry is the first major deal that you make.
If you get a video go viral, Adelia, say you get a video do 5 million views, you can make fucking 15 grand off that one video.
Yeah.
But
That's
that's the thing about
insane.
YouTube. You're working for free for a very long time. You're making 100 videos for very little, and then that one video pays your bills.
You got monetized pretty quick. You got the luck of the draw with meeting this guy.
Yeah.
I posted stuff way before this and didn't get monetized. Also, I wasn't consistent, but
Right.
like Tyler knows what this is like, where you're on the grind. You're posting nonstop and you're hustling. I think there's a lot of things that you may not recognize right away in the industry as far as like what it takes to get to the points that you've gotten to very quickly. But when you get there, just be patient.
Yeah.
Be patient with the managers, be patient with the agents, because it's going to come. And the more patient you are, the better the deals
leverage
are.
you have.
Way better leverage, because you're going to grow to like 100K subs by the end of the year minimum.
Right.
You know, and then you're going to have bigger managers and bigger representation. Whoever's approaching you now, it's only going to get bigger by the end of the year. That was why I turned down that specific job for a 7-year contract for like, the better part of close to $7 million. Is because I knew there was a better gig
You're
out
a
there.
fucking idiot.
I'm a fucking animal is what I am.
My guy turns down $7 million.
Yeah. A week later, I book a better job, though.
Yeah, I know.
A better job, less pay.
Man from
but-
Toronto.
Man from Toronto. Shout out to Man from Toronto. Sony, Kevin Hart, what's up, fam? I'm gonna see you in Atlanta soon.
That's crazy, bro.
But like, that's how much faith you have to have in yourself and knowing that it's good to wait and you have to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're going to get stuck with the shitty job, waiting 7 years in a place that you don't want to be, and you're not going to like the contract at the end of the day.
Yep.
And long term, you are going to make more money being happier.
You're going to end up like Call Her Daddy.
What's Call Her Daddy?
The Call Her Daddy. You don't know the Call Her Daddy podcast?
What
I
is that?
just learned about Call Her Daddy.
They just broke up because of a contract. They were in a shitty contract, and they didn't see eye to eye on the renegotiations, but basically that could happen to you because you're in your early stages of your career. You're naive. You don't know better. You get into something that you don't understand, and then here you are 3 years later, just want to make a podcast, and you're getting fucked.
Yeah.
You got to learn from other people's mistakes. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to make your own mistakes for sure, but definitely learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah. I fired probably like 5 or 6 different agencies and managers on the way to having the team that I have now. Maybe more. Lots of yelling, lots of threats, lots of lawsuit threats before I got to the team that I have now.
Yeah.
So you have to be comfortable with that, knowing
It's
that
hard
if you
to
sign
depart.
somebody,
I've fired 4 managers.
yeah.
Sucks.
So as long as you're comfortable with that.
Mark, you're fired. Pearson, you're
Fucking
fired.
God.
I'm fired from my free job. Yes.
Anyways, Pearson went from not wanting to be on my podcast to co-hosting it. So we are coming full circle. A one-man show will return hopefully next week if we can get it set up in time.
In the new house.
In the new house.
What are we gonna call it? Comment down below what you want to call the new house.
The Pussy Palace.
Oh, the Pussy Palace.
Oh shit. What?
And we'll see you
it was
guys
Adelia's idea to call
hopefully
it the
next
Pussy Palace.
Wednesday. Smash that like, hit that subscribe. Subscribe to everybody. They're linked in the description.
Can we have snacks?
Pack your bags.
We